Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mr. Jonathan Chavez, and I am going to be discussing on collaboration working with third grade students. I have everything written down, and I hope you enjoy. Reading and writing are fundamental skills that all students need to succeed in school and beyond. However, not all students learn in the same way, and some students may require additional support to reach their full potential. Differentiating instruction is a teaching approach that takes into account the individual's needs of students and provide them with the support in order to be successful. And so in this paper, or presentation rather, I'll be exploring with how teachers can differentiate their students in reading and writing without drawing attention to their specific needs, in a way that projects their dignity. Additionally, I am going to be discussing how teachers can support students' confidence and motivation during literacy lessons so that all students can flourish. And by differentiating reading and writing instructions for third graders, one is able to allow the supporting of confidence and motivations in the students. And so you might be asking yourself, what is differentiating instruction? Differentiating instruction is a crucial aspect of teaching that involves tailoring instructions to meet the needs of the individual students. It is particularly important in reading and writing as students come with different learning styles, strengths, and challenges. And some of the readings that I've been looking at allow me to understand further differentiating the reading and the writing instruction while protecting students' dignity and fostering their confidence and motivation. I'll have some examples later. And some key features of differentiating reading instruction is varying text complexity, giving different prompts for students in text, using multimodal text, whether that's an article, a graphic novel, or a poem, providing reading support such as an organizer, even an audiobook software, text-to-speech (TTS), for struggling readers. You can try reading in small groups and encouraging independent reading. And so the differentiating writing instruction has different features. Some of these are operating diverse writing programs, a wide range of writing prompts with different interests and abilities, providing writing frames, so structuring the writing framework to provide guidance to struggling writers and allow for creative expression. Another feature is allowing multiple modes of expression by encouraging writing, drawing, and other forms of multimedia presentations. Peer feedback is also good. Encouraging revision and editing is always critical, and emphasizing the narrative nature of writing. I might have misspelled that word. And so another thing I brought up earlier in dealing with the idea of collaboration, how are we protecting students' dignity? Maintaining confidentiality, using general language, focusing on strengths, and avoiding labeling. I'll focus on the last one. Avoiding labeling is a way to refrain from labeling students with terms such as struggling reader or gifted writer. No to labeling. So in order to foster confidence and motivation, how would the educator go? Here are some of my key findings. Encouraging self-assessment to teach students to learn to assess their own skills with multiple strategies and reflecting their progress and setting goals. Providing positive reinforcement, praise, and recognition of students' effort and achievements. I need to work on that. I have this whole theory behind refraining from both positive and negative reinforcements, but that's just me. creating a supporting learning environment, so where the classroom and culture can come together in a collaborative and respectful way. Promoting a growth mindset is key to um, signify the importance of effort and perseverance and helping others understand and improve work in different skill, um, and celebrating the diversity in the classroom by expressing the values and celebrating the learning styles and abilities that come in the classroom and fostering a sense of inclusivity. And so one of the articles I looked at was by Tom Linson and Imbeau, Imbeau from 2010. And so this article gave me a sense of understanding that reading and writing without drawing attention to student specific needs is essential to protecting the dignity and promoting their success. And I find this important because I think with supporting students, confidence and motivation looks different for all of them, especially during literacy lessons. And so it is crucial for someone like myself to keep in mind a positive and inclusive learning environment where all students can flourish is key to maintaining that sense of dignity. And so now I'll move on to how to express this in the classroom. So beginning by using a whiteboard, right, to display, for example, a map, we're able to look at the phenomic awareness of words and different ways of describing things that are going to be part of the lesson plan in early literacy development. This also involves the ability to identify, segment, manipulate sound in spoken word. Very important. Activities that promote this phenomic awareness include Elkonin boxes, which is, I found out, an activity where students divide the word into individual phonemes, and another activity is sound walk, where students identify the beginning of a sound of an object, and so you can see that in apple, right? And I have two state standards. I'm not gonna go over those. They're just long names, emphasizing the importance of literacy by looking at becoming more aware of the phenome, the blending, and the digraph in academic language. And collaborative practice, extension, technology all incorporate and enhance the learning experience for the students. For example, students can work in pairs to identify phonemes and create sound maps, or use online games and activities to create increased fluency in students. And so one example I want to focus on is dyslexia. And dyslexia is a specific learning disability that affects the way individuals learn to read, write, and spell. And so it becomes difficult for decoding words and understanding the world. Essentially, we are reading and expressing themselves in the writing. And so the structured literacy approach recommends students with dyslexia to be given and provided a systemic and explicit way to teach the skill necessary for reading and writing. And so what that looks like is I cannot speak today. Emphasizing the importance of, the sounds that make up the word, the graphemes, such as the letter that represents, and the morphemes, the smallest unit of meaning in a word, can all be taught in components to decode words and understand how we come to read. I have two features of dyslexia that one might want to look into as you work with students and other individuals. The phenomic awareness activity can allow students to identify words by clapping and using sensory motion to, express. So, like clapping with a word. So, we can start to break down the word. And then blending activity, where we form two words to come together, or two sounds to come together, two letters that have sound to come together to form a word. So, for example, students can be shown a picture of a big dog. Imagine Clifford the big dog, big red dog, and asked to blend the sound D O G, dog. And so this literacy approach is shown to be effective in improving reading and writing skills with students with dyslexia, as this is a systemic and explicit way to teach the skills necessary for reading and writing and overcoming the challenge that we all face. And in conclusion, differentiating reading and writing instruction is perfect for collaborating with third graders while protecting students' dignities and fostering their confidence and increasing motivation by requiring thoughtful and intentional approach. There's a variety of instructions that can provide meaningful support and maintaining confidentiality while also creating a positive learning environment for the educator and everyone in the classroom to ensure all students have the opportunity to flourish in our lesson plan. Thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.